AEW Dynamite starts off with Orange Cassidy versus Hangman Adam Page. Hangman ends up picking up the victory. Afterwards, he easily ends up attacking Orange Cassidy. Christopher Daniels ends up coming out and he ends up attacking Christopher Daniels as well. I'm not gonna speak too much about the match itself because I don't understand why this match even happened. They're trying to tell the story of Hangman costing Orange Cassidy the world title at World's End. Um, that doesn't make any sense at all because yes, technically he cost him the match, but he was a part of the match. He was supposed to do that. Like I don't. That was the angle they were trying to tell in the story was Hangman cost Orange Cassidy the match. It's like he was a part of the match. It was a fatal four way. Like he was supposed to do that. Like he's not supposed to have him win the championship. Like it'll be different if he cost him the match and Hangman wasn't involved. Like Hangman wasn't a part of the match. That would be different. But it's like he was a part of the match. Like he was supposed to do that. So I don't understand the angle they was going for. But it looks like we're getting a Hangman and Orange Cassidy feud, which can be interesting. It is weird that they're doing this start stop push with Hangman Adam Page. It's very weird. They was pushing him against Swerve, then they completely stopped him and had him feud with like Jeff Jarrett for a bit. Then they re-pushing him now. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But this feud has potential. I don't have high hopes for it due to the rest of the show that happened and due to Tony Khan. But the idea itself can work if it's actually booked properly. But I have low hope. I have low hope for this, but we'll see how this plays out. I don't mind the story, even though the story right now doesn't make much sense because the whole he cost me the championship angle that doesn't work. The commentary kept saying that didn't make no. That's just not a good angle at all. But we'll see how this plays out. But I have little hope for this. Afterwards, when we get in the Hurt Syndicate versus the Acclaim, Hurt Syndicate easily destroys the Acclaim. This is just to tell the story of Max Caster and Anthony Bowens eventually about the breakup because during the match, Max Caster ended up tagging himself in while Anthony Bowens was getting the advantage. Anthony Bowens just he stopped being on the ring apron and just let Max Caster fend for himself. So they're clearly teasing eventual breakup of the Acclaim. I already mentioned how I feel about this. My perspective has changed a bit. I don't mind if they go off as single stars because I think both can do well as single stars. My only issue is the same issue that I've been having for the past few months. It's the booking. Tony Khan. I just don't see them breaking up being the idea can be great. Them having a feud against each other can be great. It's just the booking that I have an issue with because I just don't have faith in their booking. Plus, they're both extremely cold. They're not really hot, so them turning heel, one turning heel on the other, I don't know if it'll really do much because I feel like if they break up, this would just be a collision feud, and we all know how collision is. So I guess, but the story itself can be interesting. It's just the booking, like I said, is the main issue I have overall with this entire show. Afterward, we end up getting Jamie Hayter versus Julia Hart. This match was fine. Every match on the card was actually fine, which was very shocking from AEW because typically AEW have at least a banger match, one banger match, but every match on the card for me personally just wasn't hitting. This match was fine. Towards the end of the match, Julia Hart ends up pulling some type of, I forgot what she pulled. She pulled something. The referee took it away from her, but that was just only a distraction so she could end up hitting Jamie Hayter with the miss to pick up the victory. I don't like the finish of this match only because she hit Jamie Hayter with a mist, and then she ended up pinning Jamie Hayter immediately after. She didn't hit a move, which is very unusual because typically when wrestlers do a miss to the face, they typically miss them, then hit a move to finish them off. It doesn't make logical sense for Julia to get pinned after getting missed because the only thing that's affected is your eyes. You're not damaged by it. Your eyes are damaged, but you can still move. It's not like she got knocked out while with the miss and then you get what I'm saying? I didn't like that. I feel like Julia should have done like a move or some type of attack and then pinned her instead of just pinning her immediately after getting missed. But overall, it was a fine match. I'm assuming the feud is going to continue. I don't know where this feud is going because it's very confusing why these two are even feuding because you guys let me know if Julia ever explained why she's feuding with Jamie Hayter. But from my knowledge, there's really no reason for her to even go after Jamie Hayter. They have no history. So it doesn't really make sense for her to even go after Jamie Hayter in the first place. And plus, both women kind of need wins because Julia Hart just got back, so she definitely wins. But Jamie Hayter also needs wins, so it's kind of confusing why these two are even put together when both of them need wins. But the feud itself could be entertaining. Let's hope it is because the women's division desperately needs it. Because, oh my God, the women's division definitely desperately needs a good feud because there's no feuds in the women's division at all. Like, none. So, hopefully this delivers. I'm praying it is, but I highly doubt it at all. Afterwards, when they're getting Mercedes Moné, she cuts a promo, and oh my gosh. Like, this is what I mean by I have a tough time believing in anything that AEW does. Why are we getting a Mercedes Moné promo about nothing? She's basically promoting a match that she's a championship match she's gonna have for her New Japan's championship in Japan. Basically, she's promoting another pay-per-view that's not even AEW. Why? This is like a 4 to 5 minute promo. No, well, maybe not 5 minutes, but this is like a good 3 to 4 minute promo. Why do we waste 3 to 4 minutes on this? AEW has such a big talent of people that don't get used or are getting booked poorly, and we wasted time on a Mercedes Moné segment. I'm mispronouncing my words because that's how frustrating and stupid this was. We wasted precious TV time on a pay-per-view that nobody cares about. Like, seriously. We wasted precious time on Wrestle Dynasty? Like, are we serious right now? Like, we can't be serious right now. Like, we did not need a promo for this. You could have just put this in a video package. You could have easily put this in a little, I don't know what they call it, but you know when they transition into another match and they show like a little poster or whatever on the screen of the next match coming up. They could have just done that. We did not need a promo segment of Mercedes talking about this match. We don't. We didn't need this. It doesn't make any sense. We wasted precious time. Like, it made no sense to waste our time with this, but nonetheless, it happened, but there was no need to waste our time with this. But then afterwards, we end up getting Roger Strong, Jay White versus Swerve. Triple threat match. This match was to determine who will be the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. The Casino Gauntlet match would determine who would be the number one contender to face Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. This match was also fine, but towards the end of the match, we end up getting Ricochet, ends up interfering, attacking Swerve with golden scissors. This allowed Jay White to take advantage and ends up hitting the Blade Runner on Roderick Strong, picking up the victory. So he will be the first person in the Casino Gauntlet match. But afterwards, though, Ricochet continues to attack Swerve. Swerve is bleeding all over the place, bleeding. He is just bleeding like crazy. Blood was all over Ricochet. Blood was even on Ricochet's forehead. Constantly attacking him with the scissors. Then he ends up putting him in a chair. Ends up hitting the spirit gun. This is great. This is the Ricochet we've been needing. This is the Ricochet I've been wanting. If you give me more stuff like this from Ricochet, I have no complaints from Ricochet. This is great. This was great. This is the Ricochet we've been needing. Now, I'm cool with him still being a goofy heel, but he needs to be serious. He needs to be kind of like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a goofy character when he's a babyface right now, but he's also very serious when he's facing an opponent like CM Punk, like with Drew McIntyre. This is the Ricochet we need. You can still have him be goofy, but when he's facing like top talent like a Swerve, have him be more serious. This was great. I have no complaints for this. This was actually the best thing on the show, to be honest with you. This is the Ricochet we've been needing. Hopefully, this actually got me intrigued in the Swerve and Ricochet feud. This actually got me intrigued. I had no interest in this feud, but after tonight's show, I'm actually interested. I can't even speak, but this was actually really good. I really enjoyed this angle, and I can't wait to see what's next for this, actually. Afterwards, we end up getting Jeff Jarrett in. Oh my God, man. Basically, Jeff Jarrett ends up pulling like a fake retirement angle where he's pretending like he's about to retire, but he ends up swerving the crowd. He announced that he signed a new contract, and basically he wants to go for gold in his last run, and he ends up mentioning the AEW World Championship. Okay, I'm not going to really overreact to this, even though I don't think we needed TV. I don't think we needed... This is like a 10-minute segment. I don't understand why we needed 10 minutes of Jeff Jarrett. Like, I don't understand. This could have been done in like 3. Like, I don't understand AEW. Like, I don't get it. Like, no, I'm not going to really panic that much because he's not winning the title. I'm assuming this is just an angle for the Death Riders to just brutally attack Jeff Jarrett. Now I will say this. Now he said he signed a new AEW contract. He didn't say how long. So if this is going to be a multi-year thing, why do we need this segment? Now if it's a one, I'm assuming it has to be a 1 year deal because there's no way you're just telling me that this is a multi-year deal, but we have this segment just to tell us that you signed your last contract when you could have just waited until the last year of your deal to have this angle, if I'm being honest. I'm assuming it's a 1 year deal, but if it's a multi-year deal, this segment was completely stupid and there was no reason to have this. Because there's no reason to build up a Jeff Jarrett final run if it's going to be multiple years. We'll see how this plays out, but I'm assuming this is just the build up him getting demolished by the Death Riders. Afterwards, when they beat MJF, he ends up having a little vignette segment. Basically had a little segment after World's End. Basically, he ends up mentioning Adam Cole, mentioning his victory. Then he ends up mentioning what's next for him, and he basically wants his AEW World Championship back, which I'm all for. We need him back in the title picture. He should have never left the title scene, if we're being honest. He needs to be back in the title scene. Make the Death Rider story interesting. He even mentions Jon Moxley, mentioning that he will be coming after him. So I'm excited for that. Whenever that does happen, and we need guys like MGF going after Jon Moxley because that's the main thing that's missing from this Death Rider storyline is top contenders, people that can actually beat Jon Moxley and that are actually believable. Now they kind of did it with Hangman, but they put him in a fatal 4-way match, and plus Hangman didn't have the strongest build up to Jon Moxley. If you would have done Jon Moxley immediately. If Hangman still had the build towards after what he did to Swerve, it would have been better. But since they cooled off of Hangman, it was like, okay, we all know Hangman has no shot. Plus, it was in the fatal 4-way. We need more contenders like an MJF to really go after Jon Moxley to really interest this story. Because Jon Moxley can't carry this story alone. Like, absolutely not. So I'm interested to see where this goes. Because MJF definitely needs to be back in the main event scene. Then we get the main event, Death Riders, rated FTR. Rated FTR wins. I'm not going to speak about this match. I didn't really watch this match because I just honestly don't care. I'm interested in Adam Copeland and Jon Moxley. I'm interested in that. Everyone else, I could care less. I don't care about Claudio. I don't care about Yuta, Pac. I don't care about... No. I only care about Adam Copeland and Jon Moxley. I barely care about Jon Moxley. I only care about him because he's the leader. That's really it. But nonetheless, Rated FTR ends up winning. The only thing I will say is that... in this match, they end up having a brawl towards the outside, like during the match, and they was outside past 10 seconds. Like, it was kind of, now they typically do this in matches where typically two wrestlers will be outside and the ref don't count, but this was atrocious during this match. Like, the ref was not counting at all when it was outside, and they was out there longer than 10 seconds. Overall, this show was not good. It was a very mediocre show. Like I said, this show has potential. It's just the booking is just very bad. I hope this quote-unquote new era that Tony Khan is talking about improves, but based on tonight's show, it looks like we're going to get the same AEW we've been getting, which is bad. So let's hope things turn around. The stories have potential. We'll see how these stories play out, but I have little hope. But you guys let me know your opinions down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, that's it.